People who rarely get sick, what are your secrets? Ever since I started sleeping early and getting 9 hours of sleep, I stopped getting sick so often. Not sure if that's it, but could be. Stay away from kids. If you are tired, sleep. Don't burn the candle at both ends. Like the saying in Blade Runner. A light that burns twice as bright burns half as long. And you have burned so very brightly, Roy. I no longer have health insurance, so I decided I am no longer getting sick. One secret I swear by is staying active and drinking plenty of water. I live in a shithole country. The things I eat, water I drink and air I breathe are more or less contaminated. Seems like my immune system got adjusted to these. I ate rocks as a child. I have always been like this, so likely genetics. However, there was a period of time when I absolutely despised my days, horrible internship, and in those 3 weeks, I have fallen ill several times. Stress can really fuck up your immune system. Genetics. I barely leave the house, smiley face. Eat healthy. Exercise. Get enough sleep. Body will just pummel sickness. I had always heard that multivitamins were a waste of money, but a few years ago I decided to start taking one anyway for the hell of it. I was also a little bit low in my blood work in vitamin D, so I started taking a low-dose daily vitamin D supplement. It could be entirely coincidental, but ever since I started doing that I get about 80% fewer illnesses. I used to get about 5 major colds per year, now it is surprising if I even get one. Also, I get an annual influenza vaccine and I've only caught influenza, and tested positive for it, once in about 25 years of being vaccinated. Wash hands, no kids, healthy diet, exercise, outside time. Don't touch your face, rub your eyes, etc. unless your hands are freshly washed. Avoid people. Avoid peopling. Teacher here, I used to spend all of my sick and personal days on being sick each year. It was exhausting. Didn't matter how much I washed my hands, what grade level I taught, etc. Started wearing a mask during COVID mandates and it was the first year in my career I didn't get sick. I wear a mask in my classroom every day now, and it's been 4 years since I've gotten sick from students. My quality of life has gone up substantially now that I don't have to spend weeks with a lingering cold every school year. I lick shipping cart handles to bolster my immunity. Literally disinfecting my hands. I'm gonna guess no children is a big part of it. Kids are walking germs. I used to get sick all the time. At least 3 to 4 illnesses each year. More when I traveled by plane or train. And then I began masking with N95s in indoor spaces. During the early days of COVID I realized I wasn't catching everything like I used to. Heck, I always got sick after travel. Now I don't. It's FN fantastic. I also stopped eating indoors at restaurants. After lockdown I realized I get overwhelmed in restaurants and don't enjoy my time in them. Lights, smells, noises, all the people. It's exhausting. I totally do outdoor dining. It's not as draining as indoor. I know there are a crazy number of opinions on masks. I'm not going to argue with anyone about them. What I do know, they work for me, and have made my quality of life infinitely better. For me, I just got my tonsils removed. Went from getting sick nearly every 2 weeks from something someone brought into the office to not getting sick at all except when I caught COVID. That sucked, but I recovered. But every time I'd catch something before I got the tonsils out, I'd get it way worse than whoever I caught it from. A head cold that would last 2 days for a coworker would have me super sick for over a week. It sucked. I've learned my immune system kinda sucks. I would get sick so much as a kid and into adulthood. But after getting these back-to-back illnesses I saw an ant and he took one look at my tonsils and said, "Wow, those are big and ugly." LOL. Not very professional, but it was validating for me. So I got the surgery when I was in my late 20s and it was by far the most painful thing I've ever gone through. It's way worse when you're older because your tonsils have been growing scar tissue that whole time. It's fucking rough. Imagine swallowing glass every time you need to swallow. And I assure you, you swallow your own spit way more than you're aware of. So about 3 weeks of that feeling before I could tolerate working and such. But it was so worth it. I had missed so much work from being sick all the time. And I haven't even had a cold in about 10 years now. Again, only thing I caught was COVID and I had already had my vaccinations. That's just a particularly nasty and very infectious illness. And I caught it in late 2022. I imagine I'd be dead from it without the vaccines, cause I would have caught it sooner and had a much rougher time getting over it. Again, my immune system kinda sucks, so when I caught COVID I was sick as hell for 3 weeks. Just scream sickness be gone. I'm considered obese. I don't get enough sleep. I don't eat particularly healthy. However, I hardly ever get sick. As a kid, I got one cold a year between April/May. I got the stomach flu once. As an adult, I don't even get a cold yearly. I only had COVID twice in 4 years and my symptoms were incredibly mild. I have no secrets except wash your hands and avoid too much sanitizer. Mexican genetics DNA. My immune system is always at 110%. As a result, I have eczema, arthritis, and allergies. Not sure I am winning. Adequate hand washing. I wish I learned this before COVID, but wear a mask in public. I used to get colds twice a year like clockwork. One in the spring, another in winter. Colds with a nagging cough that wouldn't go away for weeks after. COVID happens, I mask up, get no colds for 2 years. I've learned you're all a bunch of germy bastards, and continue to mask and gladly accept the scorn from 80-year-olds who will be dead shortly anyhow. I'm a physician constantly exposed to sick people and my husband is a kinder teacher always bringing home colds. I never get sick. I pretty much only drink water. I like coffee but none of the sweet stuff. Americanos with splash of cream. I don't drink or smoke. Frequent hand washing because of my job. I go to the gym at 5 a.m. 3x a week. Another poster said Mexican genetics LOL, I'm also Mexican. Maternal grandpa died at 98 in his sleep. Smoking like a chimney all the way to the end. Parents don't have any medical issues. Mom is 75 on 0 meds. Not sure, but I haven't been sick, even with a cold, since early 2015. Have not had COVID. I still mask on planes and trains, and in crowded places, and am fully vaxxed and boosted for everything, but masks don't explain 2015 to 2020. No smoking, don't drink, no chronic diseases, somewhat more active than my same age peers, but not excessively so. I'm in my early 70s. I sleep really well, often getting in the 90s on my Fitbit sleep score. That probably helps quite a lot. So maybe genes and luck? I probably just cursed myself. I wear a mask in crowded areas. Haven't gotten a cold in 4 years. Used to get them all the time. Beast of an immune system. Which was great till it turned out I have polyclonal hypergammaglobulinemia, which is a classic symptom of multiple sclerosis. My immune system is so hardcore it's trying to eat my brain along with everything else. When I was 4, I played army through a septic tank's drainage field. Never get sick now. Sleep. Exercise. Water. Drink alcohol rarely. Don't touch stuff in public places. Frequent hand washing. I will say I was sick much more frequently when my son was little, So don't have kids, I guess? LOL. I take a Claritin every day. I discovered years ago that most illnesses I developed started with nasal allergies. The snot and phlegm would invite a nasal or sinus infection and then a cold or flu. By using Claritin I don't get horrible seasonal allergies and then subsequently stay healthy. I also avoid school-aged children. Not me, but my husband and hopefully my son. It's genetic. He literally has a rare gene mutation that makes him practically immune to the majority of common illnesses. Even when he gets sick or injured, he heals at a freakishly fast rate. I wear an N95 mask in all public indoor spaces and most indoor social occasions. I haven't gotten so much as a cold since I upgraded my masking in 2022. And I still haven't gotten COVID at all. I had bad post-viral symptoms in 2015, might have been undiagnosed mono, and it was awful, and I know as much as 15% of people have post-viral sickness after COVID, and I do not want that again. Some people's never get better. Mask indoors around other people. Haven't been sick, not even a cold, since March 2020. Genetics, my dad, brothers, and I never get sick. Man shrugging, light skin tone. I don't know. I just don't get sick that often, maybe twice a year and only minor things. I guess I have a good immune system.